Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. This is sweat, all of it's sweat, it's just sweat. There's no dewy glow here, it's just sweat. It is the hottest day of the year so far in the UK. I don't feel like doing much, but today I'm going to share my updated morning skincare routine. Today's video does have a sponsored segment, and that is from Zit Sticker, in particular, their new Mega Shade Sunscreen Serum. First of all, let's just talk about this whole serum sunscreen thing. Do I hate it? I used to. It used to annoy me. That was kind of confusing, and I get a lot of comments of people being like, do I use it in the serum stage? No, all the serum means is that it's a lightweight sunscreen, very reminiscent of our favorite like Korean sunscreens and Japanese sunscreens. And I'm really coming around to the dropper application. I use a couple of sunscreen serums now, and I actually like how the dropper helps me measure out exactly how much I need. I learnt the 2-finger sunscreen rule from Fiddy Snails about 3 years ago, I think it was, and I've been using it ever since. But what I love about the droppers is that I know how many droppers worth of product is enough for my face and neck. It makes it so much easier and hassle-free to apply. To be fair, I kind of eye out how much sunscreen I need, regardless of what packaging they come in, but I just think it's really handy. This is a sunscreen that's been formulated for those with breakout prone and acne prone skin. This uses both chemical and mineral filters, broad spectrum SPF 50. You hear mineral filters and you think, oh crap, a white cast, you're not going to get that with this at all. I will be using this at the end of my routine. You can't actually see, but it's well used. It's very frosted glass, so your product is protected in there. I do keep it in the box though, just in case. But not only does this protect you against UV rays, this also helps fight any kind of breakouts, and as with sunscreens in general, it helps prevent against dark spots, even further darkening or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and it's really hydrating as well. You're gonna see. We have niacinamide in here to help even out our skin tone, soothing our skin and balancing out our natural sebum production. You know what niacinamide does. It does so much. We have colloidal oatmeal in here as well. Again, very soothing, calming, toning down redness as well. We have Kakadu plum. Where have I heard that before? Kakadu plum, a form of vitamin C, goes great with sunscreen, helping protect against free radical damage. Tea tree as well, which I personally love for my breakouts. It's one of my go-to. It helps prevent breakouts, and it's actually been formulated in here to just have enough tea tree in to help your skin but not irritate it. Hyaluronic acid, hydrating, we all know that, and ceramides as well, one of the essential building blocks of our skin, helping our skin barrier stay healthy and repair. So there's a lot in here that's actually acne fighting, that's going to help soothe it as well, calm any redness and inflammation. It's one of maybe 4 sunscreens that doesn't sting my eyes, that contains the chemical filters, and that SPF 50 as well. It's great. Now, it's not waterproof, it's not water resistant, and it's also not sweat proof. So this is very easy to reapply, luckily, throughout the day. It's vegan, it's not tested on animals, it's fragrance free if that's your thing. And sunscreen for me is one of the things that did completely change my skin along with niacinamide, but for me, sunscreen helped keep it hydrated first of all, stopped it drying out, but also really, really helped with hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, stopped that getting worse. So on that note, let's talk about Hyperfade. Hyperfade is one of their micro dark patches that targets those dark spots, helping to brighten and lighten the area of the skin. Like the killer patches, they have those micro darts that melt into the skin, helping to deliver all those ingredients into the dark spots. It's usually best to leave these on overnight, I find personally, just let them do their work. You apply these onto clean, dry skin, leave them for 2 hours absolute minimum. Again, leave them on overnight, and repeat every 3 days. And follow up with sunscreen. Hyperfade contains hyaluronic acid to deliver hydration to the area, and is actually in there to combat any potential drying ingredients that is in Hyperfade. Niacinamide, we know, helps reduce the appearance of any dark spots, redness, uneven skin tone. Vitamin C, which is actually in this product to help inhibit tyrosinase, helping to prevent the melanin production that creates that hyperpigmentation. They make it very clear that it helps lighten the pigmentation, but not your normal skin tone. Arbutin as well, which I feel is often a forgotten ingredient when it comes to helping to lighten post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, along with licorice root and kojic acid, both brightening ingredients. So if you really are struggling with dark spots and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, they work hand in hand. Sunscreen is a definite must. You are going to see me apply this at the end of the video again. But first of all, I need to cleanse. I'm sweating so bad. I'm going to use the Make Succulent Skin Wash Serum Weight cleanser. Serum. Everyone's using those serum words again. Just means it's lightweight. I'll be back in a minute to discuss the first influencer. So I love this cleanser. It's just so lightweight. Like this, look. So yeah, I'm not really discussing too much of the product. But what I love about this is how soft and gently it foams up, as you can see. It really just does its job without stripping the skin. It's got niacinamide in too. Yeah, I really like this. So the first influencer we're going to talk about is actually Tyler Oakley. I don't know if he does YouTube anymore, actually. I don't really know. But I actually met him when I was a stylist for Top Man. And I was not overly familiar with YouTube in general. But we had a few people like Jim Chapman, which I'll discuss later, come in for a TV series, like a YouTube series we were filming. I'll talk about that in a bit. So I knew of that group of people, and a few of them hung out with Tyler Oakley sometimes, so I knew of him. And I saw him on the shop floor, and I kind of looked at him, I was like, I know you, you're Tyler Oakley. And I was like, yeah. So I said, I work for Top Man Personal Shopping. It's a free service, like you could come and try on your clothes in privacy and stuff, and I can kind of help you pick out some stuff if you want. And he actually had a premiere. I think he was going to a film premiere, which, whenever there was a celebrity or YouTuber on the shop floor, head office liked to hear about it, and they liked us to kind of try and get them into the lounge to, maybe they could tweet about it or whatever. But I knew of him. He seemed like a nice guy, so I helped him out, and he was so lovely. He was so nice. A good laugh, like laughing and joking about with the other stylists in the area. He got British humor very, very well. And I think that's because he had quite a few British YouTuber friends. But overall, really, really nice. Like really, really sweet. Very assertive in the sense that he knew what he wanted. Usually when we were dressing men in particular, straight guys, they didn't really know what they wanted, and we would usually have to take charge of the appointment, and in a way you'd have to compliment them a lot so that it would feel comfortable and kind of like build them up. But Tyler Oakley was very, very clear on what he wanted, what he liked, what he didn't like, what looked good on him, what didn't look good on him. Nothing didn't look good on him, but he just kind of knew what what colors didn't suit him, or maybe this pattern didn't suit him or wasn't very him. He was so nice, so nice. I'm gonna wash this off now. I can't push this around my face any longer. Okay, here I am. I knew something wasn't right. I forgot to put these in. There's aloe in here, which is nice and soothing and calming, which is nice on a boiling hot day like today. Glycerin for hydration. And a few other bits. Check out my best cleanser video. Oh, so Tyler Oakley goes in. It's nice. The next product I'm going to use is the Dr. Cerecal Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. I don't actually know a lot about this product other than vegan kombucha tea essence is high in antioxidants. But yeah, this has a few more moisturizing properties to it. And because it's a really hot day, I don't want to go in with a moisturizer, so I'm just gonna get a few more moisturizing properties from this. On that subject, I just really want to talk about Jim Chapman. I wasn't going to talk about him, but I was a stylist at the time, and he was very prevalent within like the men's styling, grooming world. He was always featured in like the top dress kind of list, like most stylish. At Fashion Week, he was always photographed and front row, and we used to do this series with him in Top Man where I think it was like a boyfriend makeover kind of thing. I'm going to put Jim Chapman in meh because it was kind of a pure working relationship. Anyway, let's talk about Michelle Phan. What a lot of people don't know is it's because of Michelle Phan, well, not her personally, but her. Sorry, you can probably hear my neighbours, the windows are open, it's a hot day, they have a life too. I started my career because of her multi-channel network at the time, Icon, and it was actually a lady called Donna Lee, who I still credit for my career nowadays, who approached me and was like, do you want to become part of Michelle Phan's network? And I was like, yes, absolutely. I was working for ASOS, I was presenting there, YouTube, I didn't have my own channel yet, but this lady Donna Lee was like, make your own channel and let's sign you. So I did. I flew out to LA, I got to meet her. There was an amazing lineup of guest talkers, activities, kind of like team building, and they really kind of taught us how to hone in our influencing skills, how to film, how to make sure you're giving out the right message that you want to give. Was the overriding kind of thing here was authenticity. First night we went to go for a dinner. And she was there, and bless her, you can tell she didn't really want to be there. She was kind of just doing what she had to do. Very polite, very sweet, very nice to everyone. Looked a little bit bored. I think her and her friend left early. Absolutely fine. Then she was there for the other couple of days of this Icon Summit, I think it was called. giving amazing speeches, going around talking to everyone, interviewing guest speakers, and then speaking herself. And then I got to have a little one-on-one with her as well. Super, super sweet. And then I flew out with Icon Asia to go to Japan, hung out with her a little bit. We went to a bar. It was kind of like, well, we were dead. We were jet lagged. We couldn't really speak, to be honest with you. And then we actually bumped into her again, just out and about. She was so, so sweet, so nice. I don't think if you, even if she came up to me and smacked me in the face, I'll be like, thank you for your influence. Because if it wasn't for her, a lot of us beauty influencers wouldn't be here today. I think not only was she the inspiration for a lot of us, but she opened the floodgates for what is now an overwhelming amount of beauty influencers to kind of make it their full-time job. And I think she kind of sets the bar as far as what you want to achieve as an influencer. I just think she's amazing. I think M Cosmetics has done a great job at being not just a YouTuber brand, but a brand in itself. Shelfan is going to go in iconic because you have to appreciate your ancestors. I was going to say, you have to appreciate the people who paved the way for you. The next product I'm going to use is the Glow Recipe Pineapple C Bright Serum. So actually, let's talk about that Icon Asia trip. Oh, I started using this obviously because it's Glow Recipe, but Blackpink's makeup artist used it. But I am trying to use vitamin C's in the morning, just because I don't like a lot of vitamin C, but every so often I try it again. I'm like, okay, let's see what all the fuss is about. And even if it's not the vitamin C benefiting me right now, I do love the way this makes my skin look. This used to have a really horrible pineapple-y smell, like pineapple left in the sun. But it's been reformulated and it smells so good. So on that trip to Icon Asia, I actually went with Jay Kisser, who I met in LA. She was part of Icon as well. She's still my friend to this day. I think she's one of the most genuine people I've ever met in general, as well as out in LA. If I was to go there again, I'd probably just contact her and hang out with her. She's lovely. But I also met Wenji. So I had heard of Wenji before because I'm into K-pop. She was very heavily into K-pop and produced a lot of K-pop related content. She obviously now has a singing career. One of the nicest people, not just influencers or YouTubers, one of the nicest people I've ever met. She hung out with us when she didn't even have to. Like, she was just hanging out with these random YouTubers. I was probably on 10k at the time, hanging out together, taking those little pictures in the photo booths. Like, she was so nice, so nice. Snapped a picture with her as well. Wenji is also gonna have to go in iconic because she was so sweet, so nice. I think she's managed to, also from like a work point of view, she's managed to sustain her career and reinvent herself while staying true to herself and her brand amazingly all throughout her career. And it's great to see her progression, her go down the music route. I just think it's interesting when you see any other influencer go down a different route than just YouTube, right? So in Icon US was other people you might recognize, like Natalie's Outlet. There was also Gloom, Sunkissed Alba. Who else was there? I'm trying to think of the bigger names. I can't really remember, but they're both iconic, both really sweet people, like really nice. I think with influencers it's hard to be a dick because I think you have to be careful when you're an influencer and you're out and about being a normal person, because you're not celebrities. You're famous for another reason, but you're not celebrities. So word gets round and people won't work with you if you're a dick. Like, there's plenty of other influencers in the sea for other brands to work with. So you have to watch your tongue and you have to be a good person. So so now I'm going to use the Mega Shade Sunscreen Serum, the sponsor of today's video. As I mentioned, I like the serum droppers now. For me, I could just work out perfectly how much I need. So I'm going to do this, then I'm going to layer another pump. So, speaking of UK influencers, I did a charity stream for Stand Up to Cancer. And there was a lot of UK influencers, a lot of UK YouTubers. One of them being Ollie. Then I'm going to go in with another pipette full as the final step in my skincare routine. And we were kind of doing a segment together where he interviewed myself and another creator. So we had a quick chat before, but I got to see him, like in the green room and stuff. Like, friendly. I was like, hi. I was like, hi. Nice to meet you. I was like, I'm James. And then that was it. Kind of looked away at the camera. Then the moment the cameras came on, he was like, hey, like doing his job. But it's a little bit awkward because then, you have to pretend to be super friendly when honestly just like how you doing? Nice to meet you. Like, before quick on camera kind of sets you up for like a better back and forth, a better rapport on camera, but he was all right. He was nice enough. So this does look a little bit greasy when you first put it on, but I'm gonna give it 5 minutes and I'll be back. I feel like it kind of settles in a bit. Okay, back. It's less shiny, it's settled in a bit. Please bear in mind, it is the hottest day of the year so far. Next week is meant to be even hotter, so I'm sweating a little bit, but for sweaty skin, it's doing really well. It's not dripping into my eyes, it's not burning my eyes, anything like that. It's settled in well. But yeah, those are really all the YouTubers and influencers I've met. Hopefully one day I get to meet more, and hopefully I get to have many more lovely experiences with them. Let me know if there's any you've met down in the comments down below. Spill some tea, as the kids say. But yes, here's some more product reviews here, and here's some other ranking videos as well. I don't know if I'm still going to do them. I kind of stopped reactions because does anyone care about them anymore? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. But go check those out and I'll see you over there.